Facebook. How's it going? Whew, it's good to be with you. I was on yesterday and had a bunch of coaching calls yesterday and a bunch today, and just lots stirring up, lots being triggered. So I wanted to come on today and just kind of go a little deeper with some things. Let's see, hopefully a couple of you were joining me. I know that I'm just kind of popping these lives out there for you, not giving you too much advance notice. If you're lucky, I'm giving you 15 minutes. But hopefully you can join me live. As you do, jump on, say hello, let me know that you're out there, let me know that you're watching, and of course, as I'm sharing, please give me some feedback if it's helpful to you. If you have questions, if you're catching the replay, give me a hashtag replay, and also pop in any questions, comments, thoughts, and I'll see if I can get back to you after the training's done. Hey, Nina. Hi. Hey, Ricardo. Great to see you. Great to have you guys here. All right. So what I wanted to talk about today is I have a 4-step process. There's probably more steps than that, but from a high level standpoint, what is my process to finally get and create the things that I want in my life and in my business? And that's what I want to share with you guys today is, there's all this hoping and wishing, all this hoping and praying to create our dreams, to build our dreams. And it's almost like more of a asking God, asking the universe, hoping and praying, are we worthy of our dreams? Will God send everything our way that we need and we desire? Will life and the universe provide? And it's like this question versus a knowing, versus an understanding of who you are, what you've been created and designed to be in this world. And so it's this more of a wobbly hoping and wishing, praying that you'll get to have and create and be and do all the things that you desire. And so what I want to talk to you about is shifting that to a different state of being, a different mindset, a different level of awareness, so that it's not an asking, there's a knowing, there's an understanding of everything that you desire, all of your dreams. Hey, Johanna, all of the things that you desire are yours if you want them. That's it. It's that easy. They're yours if you want them. Hey, Finnnnally. So let me take you through kind of a process that I believe is maybe the starting point to getting you to that place of finally getting and creating the things that you want in your life and in your business. And number one, and I did a whole Facebook Live on this, I don't know, maybe a week or so. No, it would have been at least 2 weeks ago. I did a whole Facebook Live on this, a free training where I talked about the number one must-have absolute requirement if you want to build your dreams, if you want to build your dream coaching business, training business, those are primarily my clients, that this is the absolute number one thing you must have. Hey, Janice. Hey, Gary. Thanks for joining. But this is the number one thing you must absolutely have before thinking or believing that you're going to create anything in your life that you want. You're always creating. I mean, it's not like you turn it on and off. You're always creating your life. But this is the number one thing, hands down, is you must take charge of 100% responsibility for creating the life, the business that you want. 100% responsibility. Okay, so what does that mean? That means it's up to you. Stop waiting. Stop hoping and wishing. Stop blaming others. Stop complaining or comparing yourself to others as if it's in their hands as to whether you're going to create and have and get the things that you want, the things that you say you want, the things that you say you're creating in your life. It's not up to somebody else. It's up to you, which I find great relief in that. I feel empowered by that it's not up to somebody else, but it is up to me, that the responsibility is on my shoulders. It is in my hands. To some, that might feel very overwhelming or yeah, heavy. Maybe because I'm an inner control freak. I like having the control. And, you know, we can say that there's things in life that are outside of our control, but I'm sure you would agree that how you show up to them, how you handle them, how you process them, how you decide to move forward from them is totally inside of your control. So, I can't necessarily control that, there was a hurricane here last week, but I do decide 100% how I show up to that experience, how I show up, how I contribute, what I do, what I don't do, what I think, what I feel, totally in my control. And so just having that mindset of taking 100% responsibility for creating the life and the business that you desire, I mean, just even that mindset, just coming from that space is going to make a world of difference. You're going to stop looking to others to make it happen for you. Stop looking to others to open doors for you. Stop blaming others if doors aren't open. Stop blaming others if things didn't go your way. Stop blaming others if they're chasing their dreams and you're not. So there is a shift of focus on outside of you to a shift of focus onto you. And so instead of looking outside of yourself for what's going right, what's going wrong, who did it, who didn't do it, it's totally becomes the mirror of how am I showing up to this? What am I thinking? What am I feeling? What am I believing about this? And so number one, without this first step of really taking 100% responsibility for what you're creating in this world, in your lifetime, without taking that 100% responsibility, I hate to say it, but you're not going to create a life and a business that you absolutely love. You're not, because it's going to be in somebody else's hands and you're going to be waiting on somebody else to do it for you. So that's number one, is taking 100% responsibility for your whatever you want to create in your life and in the world. And like I said, I did a whole Facebook Live on this. You can find it in the archives. I think it's actually over in my my Hot Pursuit Nation Facebook group, which I created for coaches and trainers. Hey, Susan. Hey, Benjamin. Hey, Washington. Tadra. Oh, lots of you joined. Sorry, I missed that you joined. Welcome. So I did a whole Facebook Live on just taking responsibility, because there's a shift of actually getting out of certain types of personalities that we carry, certain types of archetypes, if you will, that we carry, such as, and well, I won't go into the whole lesson, you can go watch it, but just the archetype of acting like a child, acting like a victim, buying into our sabotaging mind, selling out on our opinions, our dreams, because we place more value on other people's opinions and dreams and what they want, and people pleasing them. So all of that type of behavior, all of those types of aspects of our personality are like a no-go here. If you really want to create what you want in life and in business, that's a no-go. It's not, you can't stay there. You might dip in and out of that space of feeling like something had been done to you, like you're the victim of your circumstances. You can dip in that space, like dip your toe in and then get out. And again, I did a whole training on this, so you can go watch that. But that's number one, is taking 100% responsibility for what you are creating in your life, in your business, in this world. And then number two, though, is you have to know what you want. What are you wanting to create in this world, in your life, in your business? Because if you don't know what you want, you don't really know what to take responsibility for. It's hard to take 100% responsibility if you don't even know where you're going. You don't even know what you're trying to create. So maybe these are interchangeable of first you got to know what you want, then you got to take 100% responsibility for it. Or, you know what, it just in general in life is stepping into every situation coming from a place of taking 100% responsibility and knowing that, okay, I better figure out what it is that I want so that I can be in alignment with making sure I'm creating it. Make sense? Give me some thumbs up. Let me know that that's resonating with you. And then here's number 3, and this is where you might find yourself spending quite a bit of time in. I do, and I mean, it's not like there's a beginning and an end to this, but that's just kind of an ongoing process. And that is number 3, is to continually reevaluate your belief system. So continually, constantly reevaluate your belief system. And here's what that might look like and sound like. Well, let me just say this. The belief system that got you to where you are today is not the belief system that's going to get you to where you're trying to go. Well, some beliefs. There might be some core beliefs there that are going to stay with you. But most likely, if you're not creating what you really want in life and in business, it's because there's some belief systems that aren't serving you. And in my Blueprint for Success program, we call this destroy your BS, which could be destroy your belief systems, but it's really destroy your bogus stories. And so when I talk about reevaluating your beliefs and your belief systems, it's looking for the BS, looking for the bogus stories that you're running that are controlling your behaviors, your actions, your feelings, because those are the ones that they've been blocking you and they will continue to block you from going forward. So here's what that might look like and sound like, is taking a look at when you look at your list of things that you want. Okay, so you're going to put that number 2, remember, you got to know what you want. So when you put together that list of here's what I want, this is what the type of business that I want, this is the type of relationship that I want, the type of life that I want, and it's very specific. Okay, like you guys can't see on my desk here, but I got very specific goals here, down to numbers and dates and all. I mean, getting really specific times. So as you get more specific and you put your list together of what you want, the best way to reevaluate your belief systems is to go back and look at that list line by line and see what pops up for you from a limiting belief standpoint, from a bogus story standpoint. I want you to listen for the voice that says, that's going to be really hard. Yeah, that would be really nice if I could create that, but I don't know if I can really create that. That'd be really awesome if I could make that kind of money, but I've never made that before. So I don't know. That's going to be really hard. Or, I want these types of clients, X number of clients, but I don't, I've never done this before. I'm new in business. Like, who the hell is going to hire me? Or what else could you be thinking? Maybe even comment below. Help me out here. What are some of the things that pop up for you when you look at your dream list of what you're trying to create and build in your life, personally and professionally? What are some of the thoughts that come up? I know for me, balancing being a mom, a wife, a business owner, a friend, trying to just have a life and, my own self-care, that the biggest thing for me that always pops up when I look at my goal list is that I think, oh my gosh, where am I going to find the time for that? Where am I going to find the time for that? I don't have time for that. Or, wow, that's going to take a really long time to create. And so those are some of it's usually time and energy. Oh gosh, I'm exhausted right now. How am I going to have the energy to do that? My time is tight now. How am I going to find the time to create that and do that? Those are the 2 most popular that pop up for me when I'm going through my list of what I want and what I'm creating. And that's what I want you to do. I want you to identify what are the bogus stories or the objections, the concerns that pop up for you as you are creating that dream list of what you want and what you're creating. Okay. And then once you have that list of bogus stories that says, I don't have the time, it's too much energy, it's too hard, no one's going to hire me, no one's going to pay my prices, I'm never going to find a relationship like that. That's a hope, a pipe dream. I've never done that before. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't have the proper credentials. I've never, been good at this. I'm stuck at sales. Like that story. I'm not good enough. I've never done that before. Who's going to hire me? No one will ever pay me that price. What else? What else pops up for you guys? And as you're taking a look at what those are, here's what I want you to do. And this is the reevaluation part, is to write a sentence, and it could be something, it can start something like this. I no longer believe that I need to work myself into the ground in order to reach my goals. So that's one of mine, because I feel like I'm working really, really hard a lot of the time. I no longer believe that I need to work my ass off into the ground to burnout in order to achieve my goals. I don't believe it anymore. I no longer believe that no longer needs to be true in my life. So one is I no longer believe. I no longer believe that it needs to take a really long time to achieve my goals, to create the success that I desire. I no longer believe that it needs to take months or years to, become a multimillionaire. I don't believe that anymore. It doesn't need to take years in order for that to happen. Doesn't need to happen. I don't believe that anymore. Oh, okay. So there's I no longer believe, and you're basically saying the stuff that's popping up for you, the concerns, the objections, the disbelief, the bogus stories. Basically, you're going to say, I no longer believe that. I no longer believe that that's true anymore. Or you can say, and you can say, I'm no longer available for that. I'm no longer open to that. I'm no longer available or open to working my ass off into the ground to burn out in order to hit my goals and surpass my goals. No longer available for that. I'm not open to it anymore. And so energetically, as well, just in your mindset, you begin to close yourself off to that being your story anymore. It's not my story anymore. It's not true. I don't believe it. I'm not open for it. Not available for it. Nope. But then, okay, so first you have to acknowledge and identify what you no longer believe, and then you have to say what you do believe. Now we have to anchor and affirm the truth. And the truth is that I know and that I believe that when I tap into my intuition, shit happens really fast. When I trust myself, stuff happens really, really fast. It doesn't take me hours to write a marketing email or put a flyer together, or even this Facebook Live. I sat down and wrote a couple notes. I typed it up saying I'm going live in 15 minutes, and here we are. And so I no longer believe that it needs to take forever. I now believe that when I tap into my intuition, when I trust myself and I trust my wisdom, stuff happens really fast and I'm not burnt out. I have all the energy in the world. And so you want to identify what is it that you no longer believe, you're no longer available for, you're no longer open to, but then what are you open to? I am fully open to and available for my intuition to run the show, for my inner wisdom, my higher self to run the show so that we can get stuff done really, really fast, that I can tap into and ask the questions of, what do my clients need to hear? What is going to be the greatest message to share today? And I can tap into that wisdom and allow my soul to just write out some amazing lesson or Facebook Live, and I can go ahead and I can deliver it. Doesn't need to take me hours anymore. So let me just read a couple others that I affirm to myself. I no longer believe it's not possible. Sometimes I have these big dreams and big goals, and I'm like, is that even really possible? Is that even possible? And I'm like, yeah, I no longer choose to believe it's not possible. I totally believe it's possible. I am totally open and receive. Remember we talked about yesterday, receiving. I am totally open and available to receiving that outcome, that goal. So it's saying I'm no longer available to this, and here's what I'm available for. I no longer believe this, but here's what I do believe. So yeah, I no longer believe it's not possible, that it's too hard, that it's a fluke, that it takes too much time. And then I totally believe in myself. I totally trust myself. I trust my energy and my soul to create what I desire. I trust my desires. I create my desires. I'm available for the awesomely unimaginable. We talked about that yesterday. I'm totally available and open to the mind-blowing wows that light me up and create tremendous joy, love, and success. So does that make sense? Isn't that fun? Isn't that exciting? Let me know what you think. But that really is, for me, a big turning point. And this is what I work with my clients specifically in our Blueprint for Success program, where we destroy that bogus story and then we claim the real story. We claim your truth. And that's what this is about. It's identifying this bogus story that says, I don't know, this is too hard. Can I really do this? Is this really possible? And now we're claiming the truth and saying, yeah, it is possible. I do believe it. This is what I believe. This is what I'm available for. This is what I'm open for. And now, if you actually believe it, now here's the deal, is if you actually believe that, which you should as you continue to affirm it, it anchors then step one of taking full responsibility. Because if I actually believe that tapping into my intuition, that trusting myself and trusting my soul's wisdom, if I actually believe that, then I am 100% responsible for creating a life and a schedule and a life that incorporates what it looks like to trust my intuition. So that means asking the questions, listening, and taking action. I can't say that I no longer believe this and I believe this and I'm 100% responsible to create it, but then I don't do anything with it. That doesn't make any sense. So step 4 then, okay, so what did we do? We said take 100% responsibility, having crystal clear clarity on what do you want, reevaluating your beliefs. And then number 4, though, is to live by and honor what I'm going to call it your standards. And your standards are what your beliefs are. Live by and honor those beliefs. And I call it a standard because I believe we stand up for what we believe in. So to honor and live by those standards, to honor, live by, and stand up for those beliefs, that means we have to act on it. And so what does that look like? That means it shows up in our calendar. It shows up in who we hang out with and don't hang out with. It shows up in the conversations that we have or don't have. So specifically, now let me make this real practical, just everyday life. For me, being a mom of 2, being a wife, a business owner, a friend, trying to have some sort of life, for myself here too. Just taking care of myself and my own self-care and needs. If I really believe that I don't need to work myself into the ground to create my success, I don't need to be in burnout phase to create my desires. If I really believe that it's my intuition, my soul's voice, it's God speaking to me that's going to make things happen really, really fast. If I really, in my desire list of things that I want, if I say that I want to be a present mom and a present parent and a present wife, then that means to live by and honor that, it must show up in my schedule. It must show up in the things that I say yes to and the things that I say no to. Me going to Costa Rica for a week was a way to really honor my own needs. It was a way for me to honor what I need just from a soul level. And as a mom, ending my days by 4:30 every day so that I can spend the rest of the afternoon with my girls. Not starting my call, not doing any evening calls. I do 0 evening calls in my business. I really don't even do any calls before 9. 9 is the earliest. I had a call at 9 a.m. this morning. And I was like, whoa, that's early, people. I mean, normally I'm not starting calls until 10. And the reason being is because I believe that I don't need to work more than 4, 5, 6 hours a day at max. I like spending breakfast with my girls in the morning. And so creating that schedule honors my belief that says I don't need to work 10-hour days, 12-hour days to create the success that I say that I want. So, and it also honors the fact that I say that I'm going to trust my soul's wisdom. I'm going to trust my intuition. And that means I believe that things can happen a lot faster. It doesn't take me hours and hours and hours to do something, to create a marketing piece, to create a lesson, a Facebook Live, to work with my clients. It doesn't need to take forever. But because I believe that, it's reflected in my schedule, you see. So when I find myself, doing emails at 1 a.m, or I really don't wake up all that early to do but I will stay up late though to work. And I may do that here and there, but now if I notice that I do it more than 1 or 2 nights more than 2 nights in a row, I'm like, okay, alert, the sirens are going off that I'm not in alignment. There's a part of me that's believing that I need to work like a dog in order to get things done. No, I don't believe that anymore. So then I'm like, okay, I need to tap into some intuition. I need to tap into some wisdom here so I can get this, whatever is on my plate here, that I can get it done in half the time it's going to take me. Otherwise, if I'm all stuck in my head, things seem to take a lot longer for me to get them done. So is this making sense? Is this making sense, y'all? Hey, Kaylin. Oh, hi, Kaylin. Benjamin, I offer snapping tutorials for anatomy if you're interested. Oh, you're funny, Benjamin. Hey, Narika. So the point here is that once you put your list together of what you're wanting to create, once you evaluate your beliefs and you create the new beliefs that say it's possible, it has to show up. It has to show up in your calendar. It has to show up in your every action and your every behavior. And if it's not, then the sirens should be going off telling you that there's something that's out of alignment. There's something here that's not a match, and you're not going to create the things that you say you want, and you're not going to become the person that you say you want to be if you're out of alignment. Does that make sense? So alignment here is everything. You can take these steps individually of taking responsibility, taking 100% responsibility, knowing what you want, evaluating your beliefs, and then honoring and living by them. But individually, they do nothing. It's them collectively all together that really is what moves the needle. It really is what allows you to be in the space of creation of what you truly say you want and who you say you want to be. So that is, I had a couple other things here that I do. So one of the other things that I started doing that was like so hard to do was like turning off Facebook. I am addicted. Okay, people. I would get notifications and I would check it all the time, check Facebook. And I don't know, it's probably at least 2 months ago now, 2, maybe 3 months ago now, that I took all Facebook notifications off my phone. Facebook was still on my phone, but I took off notifications so I wouldn't even know, even if somebody commented on anything, unless I went in and checked. And now my coach is even having me delete Facebook for the weekend and then just reinstall it back on Monday, so that over the weekend I'm not sucked into what's going on Facebook. And so that's another reflection of my belief system of saying that I don't need to be working like a dog all the time, 24/7. And if I truly say that I want to be the present parent that I am, then that means turning off social media on the weekends. I don't need to be on the weekends. Doesn't mean I may not, after the kids go to bed or something, that I might pop on and check something out, but it'll be an in and out thing. It's not going to be hanging out there scrolling for hours or what have you. So turning off Facebook doesn't mean you guys have to do these. I'm just giving you this as an example. Turning off Facebook, especially on the weekends. Here's another really big one, is being willing to have difficult conversations. And what I mean by that is if you're truly honoring what you say you believe in and who you say you believe you are and who you're becoming, then that means you're going to have some difficult conversations both inside and out. Some of those come to Jesus moments with yourself of where you're being out of integrity, out of alignment, or even just things that maybe you're kind of lying to yourself about. Oh no, I'm not addicted to Facebook. Really? Really? Sure you're not. Kind of those difficult conversations. No, I don't need to, take all the cookies out of the house because, I'm not going to eat them. Really? Really? So it's those come to Jesus conversations with yourself of where you're lying to yourself about what changes need to be made in order to align yourself with what you say you really want and who you say you really want to be. But then it's also having those conversations, difficult conversations with other people. And that just is, it might look like, again, it's standing up for what you believe in. And it may be somebody asking you to do a call in the evening. I don't do calls in the evening. So that would be a no. Unless I feel intuitively guided to take the call and do a session or something at night, I may make that exception only if my intuition is screaming at me. But otherwise, nope. And so guess what? I turn away business. I have turned away business. I've turned away a lot of business because I don't do calls in the night. I don't do calls on the evening. I don't do calls before 9 a.m. 9 a.m. is the earliest that I'll do a call. And so these are mine. I'm not saying you have to do these, of course. But for the life that I'm trying to create, I have to say no to things. And I'm totally okay with that. I'm totally okay with that because the beliefs that I'm standing on, that I stand for, I'm not willing to sell out on them. I'm not willing to, they're not for sale. They're not for sale. So when you get real clear on what you say you want, who you say you want to be, and what the beliefs are that align you with that, you have to be willing to stand up for them, to create a schedule and a life that aligns with them. And not everybody's going to like it. And to some, you're going to seem like a disruptor. To some, you're going to seem like you're not cooperating or you're selfish. Some people are going to think you're selfish. Oh, yeah, they are. They totally are. They're going to think, who does she think she is? Who does he think he is? And you have to be totally okay with it. I'm totally okay with it. I really am, because again, the alternative is me selling out on my beliefs, is selling out on what I'm trying to create in my life and in my business and in the world. It's not for sale. It's not for sale. So be prepared when you truly step into and live in alignment with your beliefs and your standards, that there are people that aren't going to like it. And they're going to challenge you on it. And all I see is that as an invitation, as an invitation for you to practice honoring your beliefs and your standards. So we don't have to get mad at them that they are mad at us. We don't have to be annoyed with them because they think we're being selfish. They can think what they want to think. It's totally fine. I just look at it as an opportunity for me to practice what I preach. It's an opportunity for me to live in alignment with what I say I want and who I say I want to be. But they are just coming to me as the teacher. They're just coming to me with the opportunity to practice it. So there's no need to like lash back at them. How dare they think I'm selfish? How dare they think that I should, like, I'm wrong or I'm a disruptor? They can think that if they want. And at times, I'll be honest, at times that's easier to think that than others. At times I have a hard time with it and I have to talk myself through it, that it's okay. They're free to think and believe whatever they want to think and believe about me, and remind myself that that they're a teacher for me, that this is all a perfect orchestration for the evolution of my soul. And it's a perfect orchestration for the growth that I'm asking for, that I want, that I say that I want. Careful what you wish for, right? So Just be prepared for, and I say, yeah, tested, be prepared to be tested, but I guess be prepared for teachers. Maybe that's a better, I like that, the energy of that better. Be prepared for teachers to come your way to help you strengthen and anchor who you say you want to be and what you say you want. They're little blessings, they're gifts, so we give thanks for them, even though sometimes they're annoying as hell. But you get the idea. Make sense? Oh, hey, Carol. Oh, Carol. Carol runs the Heaven and Earth Sanctuary in Costa Rica. Love you. What does Caitlin say? Amen, sister. Good stuff. Love this. And also know that God guides us to our truth. Either way, we just gotta get to say how easy it gets to be. Yes. Yes, Caitlin. Yes. Go kicking and screaming out of alignment or flow there quickly with ease. Yes. Love it. All right, my friends. I love you. Keep living in alignment with your highest and greatest truth. Know that oh, Kara's on the line. I don't say no. Realize, understand, understand that you can create anything that your heart truly desires. It just truly requires you to take 100% responsibility, to know what you want, to be willing to reevaluate your beliefs so that you're living in alignment with your truth, and to honor and live by those truths. Okay. I love you. Mwah. Have an amazing, amazing rest of your day. And I'll see you soon. All right. Bye for now.